Let's go ahead and get started. My name is Elaine Mason, and I am excited about this evening's call. I'm excited that you're here because I know what's in store, and you guys are in for a treat. We have three people. It is going to be Mara Aiken will share her story, and behind her will be Ann Shara, and then Brenda Proctor will share her story of their journey of Juice Plus. So I am personally excited because I know what they're going to share, and it's fabulous. But before we just jump right into the stories, which are my favorite part, there may be some of you on this call tonight who don't know a whole lot about Juice Plus. So we're going to take a couple minutes, share a little bit about Juice Plus, and then at the end of our call, if you've got some questions, we'll take a few minutes for some Q&A at the end. So feel free to jot some questions down as we start. So I'm going to jump in and share my screen with you all. And we are going to get started. Sorry, I think I have hit the wrong. There we go. So I have been with the Juice Plus company now for 23 years, and I cannot imagine getting up and doing anything else. I absolutely love this opportunity to be on this journey of inspiring healthy living, partnering with people on their health journey. And so I can't wait to just share a little bit about who Juice Plus is. Juice Plus is a world leader in plant-based nutrition. We were the first to go to market with plant powders, and those plant powders were put in both capsule and gummy form. We have a proven business model. 23 years into the business, I'm here to tell you it works. We are a mission-driven community in that we are focused on impacting people's lives. We are customer-centric. You know, I sit and look at, okay, where are my customers coming from? Every time I've ever looked at that, around 40 to 50% come from referrals from my current customers. That says a lot about our product. We are committed to the science behind our products. I've been doing this a long time, and there are a lot of products out there. And when I ask to see other products research, guess what? I never get it. And I'm here to tell you, if you want to look, if you're one of those people who love to look at the research, we have it to share with you. And then lastly, we are an equal opportunity. If you love people and you love health and nutrition, you are going to fit right in, and this is the place for you. Our company, our mission is inspiring healthy living around the world. It was founded in 1970, so we're a solid debt-free company. We have focused on plant products that make healthy living easier. We're the most researched nutritional product in the world. You can ask Suri if you question that, and she'll back me up on it. And we are a global company. We are in 25 different countries around the world. So, you know, saying, oh, I don't know of anybody. Well, look, you got practically the whole world to reach out. There are no boundaries. You go where you know people and share this amazing product and this amazing business. We are positioned perfectly in the health and wellness industry. The global health and wellness economy is predicted to reach $6 trillion by 2025. That is a lot of money being invested in people's health, and Juice Plus is right where it needs to be. Side gigs are exploding. In light of the pandemic, I think we all really had a big shift take place. 59 million Americans are taking advantage of having those multiple streams of income coming into their household. We've seen, and we'll hear from some of the people share the impact that the pandemic had on them. And so having a plan B, and sometimes it gets shifted to plan A, makes so much more sense in today's economy. 44 million or 44% of this gig economy comes from the millennials. $1.2 trillion are earned, 47% are women, but I have to say those men who join us in this business usually do extremely well. The gig economy is here to stay. It's the new job security. We need to have those multiple streams of income coming in because we don't know what's going to take place. I fell into that second bubble there. 23 years ago, I was a certified financial planner. I loved it, but I outgrew my job when I had 2 little babies, and it just became too difficult to try to manage 70, 80-hour weeks with 2 toddlers. And I chose to partner with the Juice Plus company because that's exactly what I needed. I needed to be at home with my kids. Millennials love it because it frees up time for them to do the things that they love. The baby boomers, some of us are getting closer and closer to retirement, and we realize that it's going to require a lot in retirement, and we don't want to change our lifestyle. And so having an additional income stream coming in, such as the Juice Plus, partnering with the Juice Plus company, makes so much sense. And then bottom line is pretty much everybody could use another $500,000 or beyond. I don't think many people like to turn that down. Our Juice Plus business is unique in the fact that we are direct sales supported by social media and e-commerce. Our customers truly are our best ambassadors. We build our businesses around our life, and I've experienced that for 23 years now. You can be your own boss. We connect with people who want to live healthier lifestyles, and we partner with them on their journey. And then lastly, all you need is a passion for helping others. And if you love people and you love health, you're going to love this business. Our product is very unique as well. It's one of a kind. It's a focused product line, so it's not hundreds of different products. Fruits and vegetables cover the gamut. It's what we need to meet those essential nutritional needs. Juice Plus is the best of whole food, plant-based nutrition. It's close to nature, minimally processed, with over 40 clinical peer-reviewed medical studies at leading hospitals and universities around the world. And our product is high quality, and it's backed by the NSF certification, which is the certification that our Olympians and our professional athletes need. And then our philosophy is unique. It's one simple change. Our goal is to bridge the gap between what we should eat and what we actually do eat. There's no rigid diets, no demanding exercises. It's just those sustainable changes in our diet and lifestyle coming from that one simple change of adding Juice Plus to your diet every single day. We have capsules, which we have our fruit, vegetable, berry, and our Omega blend. Our Omega blend is our latest blend to the Juice Plus family. All of these pack a powerful punch from a nutritional standpoint. And many times I'll have people saying, will Juice Plus take care of this? Will it take care of that? And I love to say, I don't know anyone that adds 40 raw fruits, vegetables, berries to your diet every day. You're going to experience something good, and I can't wait to hear what it is. We have chewables for kids, which makes it so easy to get that nutrition in them. And one of the things that really makes Juice Plus unique is our Healthy Starts for Families. For every child between the ages of 4 all the way through college can get on Juice Plus for free with an accompanying adult. And wow, look at those percentages of the changes in that health of that next generation. We also provide Juice Plus complete shakes and bars that provide those macronutrients. Those plant powders give us the micronutrition, which I kind of look like the plant powders are like the oil to a car. And then the shakes and the bars are like the gasoline, those macronutrients to our body. And so you have an incredible array of ways to pack in an enormous amount of nutrition. We also have in our array of products is our tower gardens, which I have 2 in my backyard. My husband and I have eaten off those towers all summer long. And when you go to the grocery store, you see the increase in prices as well as a decrease in the things that we can buy. We want to just provide another way to get nutrition into the average American out there, well, around the world, actually. Another way to really grow produce in an incredible way. And lastly, Juice Plus really is unique in the fact that we are third-party clinical research that's been done on Juice Plus, 40 plus independent clinical studies published in peer-reviewed scientific journals conducted by researchers at leading hospitals and universities around the world, showing a wide range of health benefits. And get back with the person who invited you tonight. They can dive into those benefits that we know based on our research is going to happen in your body once you start taking Juice Plus. So I'm excited to now turn over the microphone to Mara, who is going to share her story and the impact that Juice Plus has had on her life. So Mara, please take it away.
Thank you, Elaine. So the first thing I want to say is when I was introduced to Juice Plus, it was actually back in 2018, and mentally I wasn't ready for Juice Plus. A friend of mine was introduced to Juice Plus and was starting to talk about it, and I was helping her, and it was funny because with what I was trying to help her with, and the fact that she kept bringing Juice Plus in it, I kept telling her to put that aside, because that's not what we're talking about. That's not what we're trying to focus on. And little did I know that what I was trying to help her do research on was literally Juice Plus in the details. And so when I finally said to her, okay, you know what? You keep talking about Juice Plus. Go ahead and tell me what it's all about. And when she actually started describing it, then I realized, hey, wait a minute, that's exactly what we're researching. So sometimes it will happen where you're not really in the mental mindset. You may have heard about it, or someone may say something to you, but you're not ready. But then they come back later. So I'm going to say about 8 months later, I was in a situation, there were certain things starting to happen in my life. My work started to shift, and we were getting less work. And so, kind of starting to open up our minds to other ventures and so forth. And here comes Juice Plus again. It was introduced to us again. And this time I listened and paid more attention, and I still wasn't ready to do it myself, but some people around me were starting to do it, and they were starting to have some really good results. And I started really doing some research, a little more, looking up a little more information on the company and so forth. And the thing that really pushed me over the hump was learning that Juice Plus was willing to give children of families that are taking Juice Plus a free supply of the product to help them to get healthy. So not only were they interested in the health of the parents, right, the paying customers, but now they're also showing interest in their children to help them to have healthy lives right from the start, as young as 4 years old. And for 4 years, they're going to give children a free supply of what they're giving their parents to help the parents feel healthy, to help the children feel healthy. So it struck me that this company is interested in more than just dollars and cents. Their real goal is to help people get healthier. And they want to start with helping the children of the families, the younger generation, and they're going to work it all the way up to the parents, the grandparents, and whoever else in the family wants to get healthier. And so that's what made me decide to take on Juice Plus as a business, because I said to myself, if I can offer families an opportunity to get healthy together, and it's not just the parents or not just the grandparents, we're talking the entire family, then this is what I can do. So fast forward, when COVID hit about 8 or 9 months again later, now I was signed up as a Juice Plus partner, but when COVID hit and everything shut down, that's when the whole side gig, extra income stream, that's when that went into full force for me. And I realized, okay, if my graphic design and my sign design business is completely shut down, I don't have any work. So Juice Plus, let's go ahead and kick into high gear with Juice Plus. And with the pandemic, people were not feeling well, and for a little while, I started not feeling well because, you know, when everything shut down, everybody was eating everything under the sun except healthy foods, right? We're snacking away and just going to town on snacks. But it started to affect me. And when I realized where my health was and started talking to other friends and family members and seeing where their health was, I realized, okay, it's time for a change. So then I decided not only was I going to help myself to get healthier, I was going to help my friends and family to get healthier. And so I did actually start a wellness company of my own, but Juice Plus was the foundation, and the education that I got with Juice Plus was the foundation. So I wasn't trying to sell Juice Plus. I was trying to help my friends and family get healthier. And the education that I received with Juice Plus was way more than what I could have ever imagined gaining. And that helped me to help over, literally from December 2020 to now, over 800 people improve their health. Okay, so with what I learned with Juice Plus, it helped me help that many people feel better. Okay, so no miracle stories. Nobody, you know, was having cancer and then didn't have cancer after they worked with me. It wasn't like that. It was they progressively started feeling better and were happy with the results that they gained. Many of them took Juice Plus. Many of them just implemented things that I had learned with Juice Plus to help people feel better. And now they're considering taking Juice Plus. So Juice Plus is more than just a product, a company that sells products. It's actually, you can almost compare it to a university education in wellness, because there's that much information that could actually help you to help other people. And so for me, the value that I got from Juice Plus is not only extra income, but it's actually an education in wellness that I can use and actively help others.
Thank you so much, Mara. That was really, really encouraging. So thank you for sharing. Next, we have Ann Shara, who is going to share her story with us and her journey of joining Juice Plus, both from a product and a business standpoint.
Well, welcome everyone. I'm happy to be here tonight, and for Elaine putting this on, really excites me to be able to talk about this. I want to say that the reason I started Juice Plus, taking it, the fruits and vegetables 22 years ago, was from a family wellness standpoint. My mom had small cell lung cancer. And at the same time as my mom was coming out of the chemotherapy and radiation treatment, there was nothing left of her. She was just a shell of a person. She needed something to get her back to be human again and beyond. So I started Googling at the same time. Before I talk about that, my daughter was diagnosed with Graves' disease, which is an autoimmune disorder. And my other daughter, because I was aware of what it was, my mom was diagnosed as well, then my youngest, and then my older daughter, and then myself. So we had four of us that all had the same thing, which is an autoimmune. But I Googled how to boost the immune system or how to balance the immune system. And I think it's divine intervention, because that's the only way it would have happened. But Juice Plus popped up. I mean, of all things, right? So I thought, you know what? I'm going to read about it. There was enough research there. I couldn't find anything bad on the product. At that time, with my daughter being 4 months premature and being a 1 pound baby, everything I did was holistic. So when I saw that it was fruits and vegetables and all the research that was behind it, even back then, I was like, we're all in. So I started my mom on it and my youngest daughter first. It was kind of like, they weren't guinea pigs, but I felt like they needed it the most. And I wanted to really see, I wanted to test it, if you would. And the results were amazing. My daughter started decreasing the medication, which was a horrible medication. It's bad for your kidneys and liver. And eventually she'd have to go off it, or she wouldn't have any organs left. So I really didn't have much of an alternative, right? But God allowed me to see that Juice Plus was the way, and the results through lab tests, by the way, not just from my eyesight, but from lab tests of testing her blood and my mother's blood, the results were unbelievable. So then I started taking it, and my other daughter started taking it, and the results still were the same. I actually kind of cheated a little bit. I started weaning myself off. I didn't do it for anybody else but myself, but I started weaning myself off the medication and having the lab test reviewed by my doctor, my endocrinologist, and he was saying, wow, everything is so balanced. You're doing great. That med is really helping you. And I'm laughing in my head, right? So I waited for, I believe it was about 8 months. And finally I said, I got to tell this guy the truth, because I don't need this medicine anymore. And he lost it, literally lost it, kicked us out of the office. My daughter still remembers it. She must have been 12. She's still mortified by it. The nurses all came running. He's yelling at me, what a horrible mother I am. What am I doing to my kid? Well, I didn't take her off of it yet. It was just me. But he just could not handle it. So we left and never looked back. I haven't been on the medication since. So that's my story. I will say that in, let's see, October of last year, my second go around with COVID, neither were that bad, but I ended up with long haul symptoms. And because of my autoimmune, it did flare up again. And I started having heart palpitations and dizziness. And I actually busted my head open and got a concussion. It was pretty bad. I did manage it all through taking a ton of fruits and vegetables, of which at the time, that's all I was on. And miraculously, I get a phone call from Elaine, who I hadn't spoken to. I don't know, or Elaine, had we even met at that point? I don't know. I had somebody else that was a total different upline. We hadn't even, we didn't even know each other. And she said, well, what do you think about doing this as a business? And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, this is the craziest thing ever. And she's telling me about the omegas and the berries. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe that'll keep me from having to go on synthetic meds that these two separate doctors are wanting to put me on. So I started the omegas and the berries. So now I'm on all four. Remember, on all the fruits and vegetables for 22 years, but no omegas and no berries. Within 2 weeks, my heart palpitations had stopped and my mental clarity was coming back, because I had, it was a huge gash on my head. And I teach, I have a wellness center and I teach workshops and things like that. And I was not able to get my words out. It all came back. So I told her I'm in. I've never sold anything in my life. I've been on the product all these years, but I'm in. I'm in full throttle. So I started telling all my clients about it. I teach whole body wellness. So I started telling them about all the products. the results are amazing for every single client, from mental clarity to no more neuropathy, no more headaches, memory issues are coming, all the memories are coming back, they're not forgetting things anymore. So that's why I'm on the product. It's changed my life completely. Oh, and a little added benefit, I lost 25 pounds starting the berries and the omegas. So there we go. Now on to the business. So Elaine said, this is an amazing way to make more money. All of us going through COVID. I do have a brick and mortar for 14 and a half years. I did survive COVID, barely, but I did. Still there. But I knew that it changed my life for two huge reasons. And the most that I saw with my clients being a life and wellness coach was the fear. The fear was insane. And I never had that, but that's because I do so much meditation and, I really practice what I preach. But for my clients, trying to get them off the ledge of, are my kids going to die? Am I going to die? The symptoms they were having from the vaccine and from COVID. I mean, all these crazy things are going on in our bodies, right? So I'm trying to figure out a way to get them out of fear besides just the coaching. Juice Plus. Look what it did for me, and remember all the memories. You forget because it happens gradually. Even though sometimes it could be a big impact like it was for me, most of the time for my clients, it's more of a gradual progression. So I thought, you know what, residual income. Not only am I helping people from the inside out, but I'm helping them get out of fear. Because what happens when you're in fear? You're paralyzed. You can't do anything. You can't function. You can't think. It affects your relationships. So for me, I was like, oh my God, this is the godsend I've been waiting for. If this wasn't a bolt of lightning, I don't know what it was. But it came from Elaine, and we all know she is a bolt of lightning in a positive way. So I felt like, okay, this is the third message I've gotten on doing something else. Diversify your income. I'm from a finance background, as Elaine is. Never put all your eggs in one basket. So for me, it's been a steady, pretty fast cruise for me because I believe in it. I have a passion for it. I've seen the numbers. I've seen how it's helped my bank account for sure. But the biggest thing for me is approaching 60. And I wanted to start to put residual income away. I wanted to be able to put more in the retirement account. And Juice Plus has allowed me to do that. I was already making enough money to pay my bills and all that. I'm single. So, that just allowed me to start to really plan and think more about retirement, because sometimes we put it off and we just never do it. But in this world that we're living in and everything we've been through, it made me realize you really need that. So that's what it's done for me as well. In a nutshell, it's helped me mind, body, and soul.
Wow. Thank you so much, Anne, for sharing. And you can see why Anne's doing so well. She is a powerhouse, that's for sure. Thank you. Well, Brenda Proctor is our next speaker, and I know you're going to thoroughly enjoy hearing her journey with Juice Plus as well.
Thank you, Elaine. Hi, I'm a single mom too, and I'm a retired public school teacher. I love kids, and for 34 years, I enjoyed teaching all ages, from preschool to senior high. But my best years were spent as a read and recovery specialist, teaching the most at-risk first graders how to read, because I love stories. I believe that each one of us have an important story, and every one of those stories is important to God. I've always loved this quote about the power of a story. Stories link us to our past, provide us with critical insight into the present, and enable us to envision lives not just as they are, but as they should be or might become. That one quote kind of encapsulates where I was when 19 years ago, I first heard about Juice Plus. So I am delighted and honored to have the opportunity to share my story with you tonight. Like I said, my Juice Plus story began 19 years ago. If you had met me back then, you probably would have had no idea how sick I was. I was struggling with several debilitating illnesses, the chief one at that point being fibromyalgia. I had one of the most inflamed bodies that my doctor had ever seen, all 18 pressure points. What I had to do is walk every day after school around the park, because if I didn't move the next day, I wouldn't be able to get out of bed. I also had level 3 to 4 adrenal burnout. I had chronic migraines, chronic digestive issues. I didn't sleep at night because every time I moved, I was always in that twilight sleep. Because every time I moved, it would wake me up. So I was in pain every day. And then I had recently been diagnosed with cervical cancer. I was sick, scared, and hopeless. Was doing everything I knew, but I felt worse every day. As a single mom with no plan B, it really didn't matter how I felt. I had to get up and go to work. I was going to multiple doctors. I was taking 13 prescriptions, one to wake me up, one to put me to sleep, which never worked, all kinds of things. And I was also taking over 50 supplements every day. I was desperate to get better, to be healthy, or at least healthier. As a single mom, that cancer diagnosis really scared me. And not long after I was given that cancer diagnosis, I was introduced to Juice Plus by my brother and sister-in-law. Well, for me, Juice Plus was a no-brainer because getting more high quality fruits and veggies in my system every day just made sense. I love fruits and vegetables, but I knew we weren't getting near enough. So I just decided to add Juice Plus to what I was already taking every day. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't really expect that much. I was already taking handfuls of vitamins every day. But 2 weeks later, I slept through the night for the first time in 20 years. I had always would wake up to an alarm clock and I would hear it click and turn it off. But this time I didn't wake up. I woke up to it blasting in my ear. It scared me to death. And it kind of rocked me that whole day. And after a couple of days, I called my brother and I said, give me the name of the person that talked to you about Juice Plus. I said, I got to find out about this. He goes, what's going on? I said, I slept through the night for the first time in 20 years. He's like, oh my gosh. So that is how I met Elaine. So I called her up and I said, hi, I'm Jeff's sister. I've been eating Juice Plus for 2 weeks now. How much of the stuff can I take? And she just laughed and said, it's just food. You can take as much as you can afford. I'm like, okay. So I was taking at that point, like I said, 13 prescriptions. And so she said, look, I'm not even going to touch the prescriptions, but in terms of the vitamins, why don't you do some research? She said, I can't speak to those. So I began researching the difference between whole food nutrition and vitamins. And the more I learned, the more I decided to just, as Ann said, to go for it. I decided to go cold turkey off of all the supplements. And I began taking double Juice Plus every day. Well, my health began to steadily improve. And within a year, I was off all my prescriptions. At 2 years, I went to the doctor and got a cancer-free diagnosis without chemo or radiation. And by the middle of the 3rd year, I no longer had fibromyalgia symptoms. Now you hear about people getting over cancer, but usually fibromyalgia is a life sentence. Today, 19 years later, I go work out every day. I take no prescription medications, and I truly feel great every day, even after having 2 major back surgeries, one in 2018 and one in 2019. I really have no effects from them other than a scar. I've never missed a day in 19 years taking Juice Plus. I'm flooding my body with the Juice Plus capsules and the omegas. And I've always had at least one, usually 2, Juice Plus shakes every day because I love the way I feel. You know, when I first signed that distributor application to become a Juice Plus partner, I had no idea this was going to be career 2.0. As a single mom, I was always looking for a plan B to make extra money, but I never had any other business experience. But you know what? This didn't feel like a business. This was helping people get well and stay well. And it was great relationships, financial freedom, and hope. I could really get passionate about that. I absolutely loved all the products. And I began to tell everybody about Juice Plus because I felt they needed it, whether they thought so or not. So I talk to people and share and listen to them and share wanted to share about their struggles and what their problems were. And this is the best part. Whatever their problem is, whether it's financial issues, health issues, a need for community, passion and purpose, improved finances, time freedom, guess what? We have an answer. So I shared Juice Plus with everyone I knew, and my team and my paychecks grew steadily. I began to dream of retiring from teaching and being able to work my Juice Plus business full time. I dedicated my Juice Plus earnings to paying off my house. Then I paid off my car. I became debt free. And in 2013, I was able to retire from teaching, something most teachers, especially single mom teachers, just dream about. And you know what? After only 2 months of being able to do my Juice Plus business full time, my Juice Plus check beat my retirement check. Isn't that incredible? You know, I often wonder, what if no one had ever told me about Juice Plus? What would my life be like right now? Would I have been able to work long enough to retire? Would I have had to go on disability as one of my dear friends had to? Would I even still be alive? I don't know. I was pretty sick. But now I'm living my dream life, working on my schedule with people I love, helping other people solve their problems, helping them regain and maintain their health and vitality, and helping them realize their dreams. I have the freedom to give and the freedom to go. You know, I think when you go through hard times, as we all have the last 2 years, dreaming is kind of one of the first things that goes. I had to learn how to dream again. I will never be blasé about our founder, Jay Martin's mission statement for the company, to build a stable and lasting company that will help as many people realize their dreams. So I had to learn how to dream again, but I've gotten pretty good at it. I've also been able to realize another long time dream. 2 years ago, I got to move into my brand new home that the Lord and Juice Plus built for me in Westfield, which is a suburb of Indianapolis. I now have a lovely office with big, beautiful trees, big window with beautiful trees across the street in protected wetland that they can never build on, which gives me an incredible view every single day. I am so grateful. This Plan B opportunity was and is my golden ticket to great health, time freedom, and unlimited choices. Thank you so much for allowing me to share my story with you.
Thank you, Brenda. Golly. And Mara and Brenda, your stories were beautiful, and thank you for just being willing to share them with us. And thank you guys for being on this call tonight and giving of your time this evening with us to allow us to share what's so meaningful and dear to our hearts. With just in closing, I want to share a couple of questions actually that I'd like to just ask you. What if aligning yourself with the Juice Plus company could give you more time freedom? For me, that was what I was needing. I was working 70, 80 hours a week, and I had 2 little toddlers. I needed time freedom. And I think you heard in the stories tonight of Anne and Mara and Brenda, the need for that time, more time freedom. What if partnering with the Juice Plus company could change your financial future? Or if you're not on Juice Plus, as Brenda was sharing, could change your health picture? And what if joining a community of health-minded people could give you that passion and purpose? You know, you heard all of us speak. We've been collectively, we have been part of the Juice Plus company for many years now. And that shows a lot about the product and the company and the ability for this product and this business to change lives. We're always looking. I used to love to hear Dr. Richard Du Bois say, we need more boots on the ground. He was a military guy. We need more people sharing this message. And as Brenda said, what if she hadn't have taken Juice Plus? Where would she be today? So we invite you to get back to the person who invited you to this call. Ask those questions. We'll go ahead and close out, but we'll hang on for a while. If you've got some questions, we're an open book. We'll share with you what we're so passionate about. And we hope that you choose to join this community of people. You, I promise, will absolutely love the group of people that you get to join. It's people who want to grow and become healthier. It is a group of people with a big energy, and we want you to join us. And so we invite you to do that. So thanks for being on the call. We'll go ahead and stop the